Are you like, okay? Right? Can you stop looking at me like that? We're like about to take a test. Okay. Just, you're making me really uncomfortable with the way that you're looking at me. Obviously, because you're looking at me like that and it's making me uncomfortable. Okay. I'm aware of what I look like today, so don't let that distract you. Okay, let's get on to our first question. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. You're kidding, right? You want me to help you with your exam? Why would I help you with your exam? Like, this is a psychology exam, and aren't you pretty fucked up in the head already? Like, you can pretty much answer this through life experiences and stuff like that. Like, haven't you been to like a bunch of psychologists already? Like, I mean, like, if I were you, I would just like check myself into rehab right now, because honestly, that's what you need. Like, I'm pretty sure you should know the answers to these questions. So, yeah, like, I know it's hard to believe that I'm so beautiful and smart and that you probably have a crush on me, but at the same time, like, cheating is cheating, and that's only okay with boyfriends and girlfriends. So now let me get on to my second question. Okay, fine. Okay, fine, only because it boosts my ego. Do you know what an ego is? Of course you don't. Okay. Wow, you need my help more than ever. I've just been like so focused on my looks that, you know what? I'll help you. I brought some apple juice, so. Okay, fine. The second question is, a person with obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, if you will, is best described as an individual who experiences. Now I'm gonna let you get you, because I feel like you might have OCD because you're so obsessed with me. Like, the obsession with me is very triggered to OCD, I can tell. Okay, so, okay, I'm gonna give you the options. Teacher, I'm not gonna try to cheat. I'm not, come on, like, go take a chill pill. You really wanna go that way with me, sir? Really? After you invited me to dinner with, yeah, you keep your mouth shut. Don't worry, he's not gonna say anything. Okay, so the options are A, memory loss. Did you forget the question? Okay, again. A person with OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, is best described as an individual who experiences A, memory loss, extreme fear of open spaces. D. Physical symptoms with no known cause. Or E. Persistent anxiety-provoking thoughts. What do you think it is? Really? You think it's memory loss? Okay, honey. Can you try to explain your rationale behind this argument? Just for me, for my sake. So you think someone with OCD could have memory loss because they keep forgetting what they've done, so they just keep going and doing the same thing because they keep forgetting? Okay. Well, I lost a few brain cells with that explanation. Obviously, the answer is E, which is persistent anxiety-provoking thoughts. So think about it, okay? If someone who has OCD, it is linked to anxiety. You're doing something obsessively compulsively. So say you have somebody that's like opening a door a bunch of times, like they have to do something a lot of times, such as like, I don't know, flip through flippy notes a certain amount of times. I don't know what OCD people do. I don't know. I just read the textbook, honestly. But think about it. Isn't that more of an anxiety thing than a memory loss thing? Because memory loss can be attributed to a lot of stuff. And I mean, I just don't think that's the best answer. Like, I know where you're coming from, and it's just stupid. Okay, so are you gonna agree with me now? Good. Okay. So the answer is E. Anxiety-provoking thoughts. You know what, baby? Like, you should know. Like, you look like you're just a bottle of anxiety right now. You know, I see you doing this. I'm not saying like you have OCD or anything, but I am saying I'm smarter than you. It's okay. Why don't you try your own question number? Come on, man. A research design involves two randomly assigned groups of participants. One group receives a one-time treatment and the other does not. Later, the two groups are compared to see whether the treatment had an effect. Psychologists call this research. Come on, what do you think this kind of research is? From the options. So, okay. So, what kind of research is that? Come on, from the options listed, you should pretty much have a good grasp. Think about it. In what way is this a correlational study? Because it's not. It's not correlational. They're taking two subjects who have had two different things. You're just so dumb. Honestly, you're so dumb. Yeah, it's an experiment. Because that's literally all the information that we have. I mean, I kind of understand your confusion. Because you could maybe say it's like a placebo or whatever. Like a double-blind study. It could be one of those. But that's not an option listed here. And it's really because I think everybody who studies this class is just so fucking dumb that, yeah. So it's an experiment, okay? Seriously. Sir, report you to the dean. You know that, right? Okay, so shut up, shut up. I'm smarter than you and everybody here. Okay, I'm not helping her cheat. Why would I help her cheat? Think about this logically. Okay, next question. Which of the following would an industrial organizational psychologist be least likely to study? Now, I mean, you should know a little bit about test taking at this point. I mean, please. Least. Okay, least. Okay, we have A, managerial skills, B, employment satisfaction, C, job satisfaction, D, corporate profitability, and E, pay incentive programs. Least. We're not saying that they wouldn't study it, but least likely. Okay, so obviously the answer is why would job satisfaction be something least likely out of all those? Okay, think about it. If they are studying organizational psychology, they're trying to sort of, it's kind of like a behavioral psychology thing, right? So we need to think about organization within individuals in the company, right? So therefore it would be A, managerial skills. Okay. I'm just gonna tell you right now, it's corporate profitability, because you know who cares about corporate profitability? Not these psychologists. They're just pretty much trying to understand organization within groups. Okay, so, and you've clearly never been a part of a group because you're whatever this is. So, to that. Okay, can you just try to do one on your own? Thick is unpredictable and bad. I feel like you would have that a lot of. What'd you get for that? Yeah, I can see. So here, the question is saying, think like the person that we're talking about has repeated attacks of overwhelming anxiety, dizziness, which sound like a plague attack. That's right, it does sound like a panic attack. Therefore, out of all these options, being panic disorder, a psychotic breakdown, a dissociative reaction, a phobia, or an obsession, what is most likely for it to be? Because he's having a panic attack. There we go. Yeah, so I understand why you say psychotic breakdown, because it does seem like you have a lot of those, especially right now, and I think you need to chill out. Oh God, do you need a Xanax? Of course I have Xanax. Do you not get prescribed Xanax? Okay, don't worry. Don't worry, I know the fact that this is like a loser. So, out of all these answers, which one is it? Which one is it? Come on, read them. You're right. It is a generalization of a social group of losers. I'm kidding, you're not a loser. You're just super dumb and not even home, so. Okay, question. Oh, this one's about drugs. So, obviously, I'll know the answer, but. Okay, so the question is saying that Raphael had a sleep disorder and he takes amphetamines. Do you know what amphetamines are? Of course you know. So amphetamines are like pills like Adderall or well, Ritalin is, oh well, I'm happy that you put Ritalin into that category, but because you're close, Ritalin is a stimulant. It's not an amphetamine, but amphetamines are stimulants. However, for the sake of argument, it actually doesn't matter. It can also be considered a stimulant. Okay? So, he's being put on a stimulant medication, which is supposed to keep you awake. And he has a sleep disorder. So, what kind of sleep disorder would you need a stimulant medication for, honey? Exactly. It's narcolepsy. Because out of these, insomnia, for example, it wouldn't make sense to give somebody that. I mean, in certain cases, I can understand if you're taking it in the day. I know, like, maybe, like, I know where you're coming from, but you really just have to use Occam's razor here, okay? You just, I mean, I don't even know if I'm using that correctly, but you know what I mean? Like, just the simplest one, okay? We're in high school. They're not gonna make us think that much, and I know that's like a big thing with multiple choice questions. But I know why you would say insomnia, because it can maybe like help you be awake throughout the day and therefore tired throughout the night. But insomnia is just not the right answer, and therefore you're stupid. I mean, you're not stupid, but like think of the context that we're in, okay? Humanistic psychologists. I really don't understand what they want. Oh, for 12. Yeah, I know, it's a stupid question. I would go with D. Like, so it says humanistic psychologists believe that drive towards self-actualization. I know, right? Like, I mean, I'm sorry that you were sensitive to that. Okay, just God, you need his next, but honestly, like, from the options here, we have, you know, associated with big experiences, associated with extroversion. Now, humanistic psychologists, why would they think that self-actualization is to do with extroversion? Like, are you that insecure, babe? Like, it's obviously not extroversion because it's about self-realization. Sir, there's one more question. And I'm sure your wife